But Essie and Irene, because she's raised it and had actually pulled it up, and Mudiawari is trending. And I see here a nation.africa post has been shared, and a quote here even highlighted by KBC, the national broadcaster. Kenya Kwanza won the election on its manifesto, and the manifesto emphasized the interest of the ordinary Mwananchi. I am delighted to see that is the direction it is going. And other than that, I see the Standard has quoted him as well. We need to leave sideshows. Elections are gone, and a new government is now in place. Let us always work together and ensure our constitution is respected, and all shall be well. Irene, and then Essie, in the interest of balance, what do you make of Honorable Mudiawari's statements?
Olive, before I even go to Uncle Moody, I just want to do a rejoinder to some of the things that my colleagues have said, because number one, I get very worried when I hear my sister, Senator Essie, saying that while doing mass action, Azimio youths ransacked women. I mean, this is something that really concerns me, because I've not seen it in any media that's coming out, and it's something that I would actually like to see, because I've been in those rallies, and I have never seen our youth going out for women and harassing them and doing the things that she said, and that is something that we really need to get into. And then secondly, also mass action and prosecuting a matter in the court of public opinion is a right that is actually engraved in the Constitution. When you see our party leader and the people, as we call him, the people's president, going out there and talking to the masses, it's because Kenyans are hungry. Food is expensive. The cost of living in this country is extremely on a high. Yeah, a lot of families are struggling to even have a meal a day on their table. And so he's not out there just politicking. He's out there trying to find solutions into what are these things that Kenyans are going through. And Raila is one person who has always been on the right side of history in terms of defending the masses and coming out on behalf of the people. And that is why he's called the people's president, because for him that has always been the first thing that he does. And yes, it is a fact. The leaders who went to see Ruto yesterday are people who left ODM a long time ago. Yeah, they vied as independent members. They did not get the seats that they wanted. And let's not take it away from ODM, because if you look at the election of 2017 versus the election of 2022, we actually increased the number of MPs that we currently have. So that's not a party that you want to dismiss and say that it's having people running away from it. Even in my own backyard in Gusii, in 2017, ODM did not have any elected MP. Right now, we have more than 5. Yeah? In Nyamira County, out of 4 MPs, 2 are from ODM. So that's not a party you want to dismiss just yet. And coming to what I've seen that Uncle Moody said, as we like to call him, respectively, I think Uncle Moody needs to get into the space of what is going on in the country. Because when he says that this administration is actually looking out for the common Mwananchi, I don't think he is factual. He's being factual. And actually, I had Musalia Mudavadi saying that Mama Mboga has been the main focus of this administration. If anything, they told us that they're doing bottom up, but it looks like it's actually bottom last right now. Yeah, because number one, they told us the cost of unga would go down. You know, Olive, right now, it's actually these sufurias that you see our people hitting as they do their demonstrations. It's actually cheaper to buy a sufuria than to buy unga in this country. Things are extremely terrible. Number two, we've seen this administration on every other Sunday doing prayers. And there's nothing wrong with praying. Absolutely nothing wrong. And praying for rain. But we forget that this rain that we are praying for, yeah, I'm glad that in Kisii and Nakuru, it's rained in the last few days. But these are 2 areas, like I cannot remember the last time it did not rain for more than a month in Kisii. Why? Because we want to forget that the actual problem that we have is that Mau forest, the one that Raila was fighting for and saying that people should not cut down trees. We forget that the Mau escarpment is a catchment area it's a rain catchment area for not only Kenya, but for East and Central Africa. And these are things that 20 years ago, Raila used to tell people, don't cut these trees, because one day we will start suffering as a country because we will not have any rains. So even if we are praying, let's also remember that some of these historical problems are things that we ought to have resolved. Yeah? Because yes, it's raining right now, but the rivers are dry in Gusiland. Yeah? So while there was no rain, people were actually buying. For the first time, I saw people buying water in Kisii, which is really scary for me. So let's not, I just want to remind this administration, do not forget the promises that you made to these people. Do not forget that the votes that you got were on the hindsight of that you are fighting for the hustlers, because the hustlers are suffering. Yeah? NSSF increased. Universities, people are paying for more. I keep asking myself, is it that this administration doesn't want people to get degrees, or what's the issue? Because why would you raise the university fees? So Uncle Modi needs to get in touch with what is actually happening in this country. Right. I don't think he's done that. Or the conversation that he had with Musalia before he addressed the press, I think Musalia just painted a whole other picture for him. Did he even mention the fact that he's put an office for his wife to him, instead of concentrating on the things that actually affect Kenyans?